Welcome.
Thanks for coming. And I'm going to pull it up on the iPad so I can keep up with the chat.
Hope everybody's doing okay today. Mr. and Mrs. Anbalo, social couplepreneur, thanks for coming in.
This is oh, there we go.
And thanks for the thumbs up. Yes, it really helps. This one we didn't set in advance, so that kind of stuff really helps this time.
Hey, John Harding, how are you? So this was I'm pretty close to monetization and just trying to push myself a little more closer to the edge of that. And oh, we love you too, Abby and Gio. Oh, Apostle Edgar Capanga, thank you so much for coming. Yves Belize, hi. Social Coupreneur, you are here, thank you.
What flavor of Gatorade is that, Kira?
I'm reading the French side. Okay. Strawberry lemonade.
Oh, is it really? I didn't even really look. I just thought it was orange.
Oh. I haven't had it yet. It looked different. I'm like, oh, this is not orange.
Yeah, no, that looks good.
It tastes not orange. It tastes good though.
Usually, if I'm giving her Gatorade, I'll give her like the G2 because it's no sugar. But I just wasn't paying attention. I was in a hurry in the store and just grabbed it. Thanks, Edgar. I'm hoping that's going to be within the next week or so.
I feel so tall.
Yeah, Kira, she's actually quite a lot taller than me, but she's sitting in the middle. It's a little raised higher. We're in an F-150 right now, so she's raised a little higher. Kevin's
taller
driving.
Than Kira.
Not for long, buddy.
And he's driving, so we thought it'd be best to keep it on our faces for now.
Aren't you like 4 or 5 inches taller than you?
I think if people see me for 12 and a half hours a week live streaming, it's enough.
No, it's never enough of seeing you, my love. Can't be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Abby's like, Gatorade, yay! Oh, yeah, so I'm drinking green tea. It's iced green tea. Abby says, never enough, Kevin.
Yeah.
What's everybody up to today on Sunday Fun Day? Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Kira?
Kira. It is not really cold here. It's actually perfect. I prefer cooler temperature, although it really doesn't bother me that much. The only thing I don't like about winter is if we're expecting to go driving somewhere and there's a storm, then we just don't go. Our winters are pretty unpredictable. From day to day, we don't know if it's going to be like lots and lots of snow or ice, and because we're so far south and we're so close to the falls that there's always ice, although the road that goes along the falls they take care of so nicely, so driving to work in the morning is like wonderful. It's the best kept road in Niagara, I think. But I like cooler temperatures. I love sweater weather. Yes, we are super comfy. Kira's actually wearing a shirt that was given to her by my sister-in-law. Kevin's sister got it for her for Christmas, so she's wearing it today because this is the first time that we've seen them since then. So, because originally when you got the shirt it was too small. Oh, that's pretty. It's actually very super soft, and you have a red one just like it too.
The red one's a bit bigger on me.
And the red one has a tie in the back, right?
And it has a little tail.
Yeah, so it's a little different, but it's nice.
When the thing was all black and white, I was just matching it. It was black, remember how?
Yeah.
It was just matching.
So everyone, for this weekend, I hope everyone's had a great weekend and you're enjoying yourselves, and hopefully you're not being too good and you're having some fun. Sorry if it's a little shaky. Oh, who's playing? I didn't realize you were a football fan, Carla. It is flannel season.
It is.
I like flannel, but I can't pull it off.
Can I?
Yes, you can. You look good in flannel.
True Canadian.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good, because you can buy your clothes and
I don't know what he meant.
For buying flannel, you can because it's more of a like a men's work warehouse type of thing, so you can buy. Yeah.
Kira manages to pull it off, though.
Oh, sweet.
Isn't Mr. Hartley? No, Mr. Hartley, my elementary principal. He was a huge fan of football.
Mhm.
I forget the team he liked.
I can't remember either.
It was, we were always like making fun because it was like,
Yeah.
no, I want the other team to win, and he's like, I will no.
Yeah, I remember when students in Kira's school last year, because I was counting the chocolate money, and Mr. Harley's team lost, and the kids actually were being really silly about it and were rubbing it in. You know, he takes a joke like so well.
Yeah, it was really funny.
I don't know. Is he Denver?
No, it's not Denver.
Huh? I don't know.
Like I know
But his team lost
it's
last year.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Kansas City.
Oh, Abby. Okay, Kristin, I can see you with a classic red flannel, a leather jacket, and some cute boots. Okay, so I have the leather jacket, check, and I have the Michael Kors boots, check. Now I just need the red flannel.
Well, we could just both do that together.
Yeah.
Because we both have those, the boots and the leather jackets.
Mhm.
We, just need,
We
you,
do.
You just need some flannel now.
Yeah, and some nice sunnies.
Yes. Some what? Sunglasses?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. We have all of those.
Yes, I have lots of sunglasses. Thank
Well,
goodness.
I should do that for school next time. Just go to school in that.
Mm-hmm.
True Canadian.
Exactly. So Kira goes to a school that is an academy, so there is a dress code, but because of the fact that the uniforms are brought in, like ordered, the supplier is from the States and the border's closed, so we can't get our uniform hands in. So they're telling the kids, as long as you're wearing a uniform shirt, it's fine, and you can wear whatever bottoms you want for now. So we don't know how long that will happen. Oh, official D spot. Hey, thanks for coming in.
Oh, and Mom, the other thing is just we can't wear elementary pants because since our school is elementary and high school, we don't want to mix them.
Yeah, so Kira's school is elementary and secondary. So elementary is on the first floor and secondary mostly is on the second floor. And the elementary are the tan pants and the secondary are the navy. So they don't want kids being mixed up and being, you know, they want to make sure they know if somebody gets in trouble or they're looking for a child that they know. They can tell by the pants if they're secondary or first.
And I'm excited to get the navy pants.
Yeah. So official D spot, thank you so much for coming in. How is your weekend? What have you been doing? And we're hoping that Mr. and Mrs. Onvallo will be able to come down to Niagara soon, or you never know, we might find ourselves up that way one time in the fall.
Ooh, the truck.
As a matter of fact, I have family in Newmarket. We're expecting to have to,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say have to, but we're expecting to need to visit them soon.
Yeah.
But Newmarket is not too far from, like, you know, the whole Toronto area anyway.
Yeah.
We have family anymore.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
Your cousin Robin
Yes.
is in
I
Newmarket.
was like, I know we have family in the place, I'm like, Newmarket. I got confused on where Newmarket was.
Newmarket's a town just half an hour, 45 minutes away from the heart of Toronto.
Yeah.
And it's still in the GT area, Greater Toronto area.
Kind of.
Kind of. But it's easier to say Toronto than to explain it's, you know, north of it.
When we're talking to people around the world.
Yeah. So social couplepreneur. Your daughter is in a school that's set up similar. That is so cool. And I love schools like that because, you know, it was such an easy transition from grade 8 to grade 9 now. Kira already knows all of her schoolmates, and they don't accept new kids after grade 7.
After grade 8. No. Yeah, after grade 7.
After grade 7 for the most part. I think they've made a few exceptions here and there, but the general rule is grade 6s and 7s. It starts at grade 6, and that's the grade 6 and 7 are the only times that you can get in, pretty much.
Actually, you can get in grade 8. There are a lot of new kids in grade 8. There's less. So it's the less you can actually get accepted is to grade 8. So you have to be going into grade 8 to be able to get accepted there. So if you're in grade 7 already, you can go in there to grade 8.
And it depends if there's spots available. They obviously can't overcrowd or anything like that, but they've always been good at, you know, smaller class sizes in that school anyways.
Yeah, we only have about 20 kids in a class usually.
Yeah. So that's just really good.
And we have like 8 in a class.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't mind that because it means more attention is being given to each and every student.
And I can have my distance because nobody sits in front of me. It's easier to pay attention for me, harder for me to focus. It's like, no.
Oh, I have them there. So Upper Canada Mall is in Newmarket. And aside from visiting Robin for the family get-together, the last time we were in Newmarket was actually at the hospital to visit Uncle Bill. Yeah.
He's tall.
He's exceptionally tall.
This is where I get a lot of my height from.
And being in one place for schooling, it really does make a difference. I remember when I was a kid going from grade 8 into grade 9, I grew up in a very small town. I already knew all of my classmates pretty much. Although growing up in Shelburne, we were all there was only 2 schools, 2 elementary schools. And so we were already small, which was fine. And then high school, they bussed in kids from surrounding towns like Grand Valley and Mono and Rose. It was so different going from an anxiety going into high school because, you know, there's still people that you don't know. And the way that Kira's school is, it's not like that. And it really does make a big difference and less anxiety going into it.
I still have a lot of anxiety about it because
it's different work and different teachers.
I was just nervous because I don't know how to explain it. It was just weird because it's I didn't know what to expect. And I'm getting older. I'm growing up 4 more years until I'm going to university.
Yeah.
Once I get accepted.
Yeah. And, you know, dealing with things that you don't know isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Classes have been really easy so far. My geography teacher, he was like, so what we're going to do is we're going to make you do studying online, and then we're going to do actual work in class. That way, because he's like, it was so confusing for everybody. And he's like, everybody here asked me questions, and everybody in other cohorts were like, okay, we're not going to be doing work online. We're just going to be studying and reading and watching the videos and writing stuff down so that everything is ready for when you come back to class.
So Jaden's in the chat. Hey buddy, thanks for coming in. And he's wondering who's driving. So we have our chauffeur, Kevin. Thanks for coming in, Jaden. It's nice to see you.
Jaden, thank you for explaining while I was setting up for Tuber Chat as well.
I heard you guys talking. It was nice that Kevin was showing you how he was setting up.
I woke up when you guys were talking. I woke up 3 times and I hear Kevin talking. Is he on Tuber Chat?
I know, I thought so at first when I got out of the shower and I could hear him talking. I'm like, oh my god, is it later than I think?
I was like, and then you came back to woke me up. I'm like, Mom, what time is it?
It is all good. So right now we are still on the QEW. We won't be on the 401 until after Burlington. There's a police car. And we're not speeding, so we are good.
I smell burnt marshmallows.
Oh yeah, Oh, you guys won't be able to see it. We call this the pirate ship.
Didn't Dad used to work in
Careful that the phone doesn't slip out either.
Yeah.
You do this at the bottom of it, Kira?
What do I do?
Yeah, we passed it anyways.
See how it looks down? It's gonna fall right now.
Oh.
We'll have the phone fixed in a second.
Yeah.
Or Kristin, you got it? Kind of, not really.
Keep
Gotta-
pushing the bottom here. Good girl.
There, and then just re-aim it. You can twist the whole thing.
I'm sorry.
This is our first time live streaming like this.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily we've got one of those holders that sticks to the windshield and adjusts and this and that.
There you go, Kira. You did a great job.
Did I
You
just
got a
stop
nice
it?
close up of no.
Oh,
No.
my,
It's
oh, my eye.
there we go.
Oh, my
It's
eye.
okay. It's okay. Okay, Shenzhen. Hi, thanks for coming. So for those of you that don't know, this is like really super exciting for me because I love talking about this. Is Shenzhen has a video right now that is going viral. Now it's at 24,000, I think.
Wow.
That's incredible. I am so happy and so proud of you. You have really been pushing. And I know it wasn't too long ago that you were talking about like you were feeling kind of, down, a little bit discouraged. So I'm so happy that this is happening for you and very excited about where it's going to take you. And what are you up to today in Jamaica? Yes, she does. She definitely deserves it. Oh, this keeps turning on me. Eve Bleeze, thank you so much for coming in. But my brain is a little foggy right now, so that's okay. And I'm so glad that everyone is congratulating Shenzhen. She, she is such a good, sweet person. And
Every time something great happens, it's the first time that it's happening. That's the most exciting part, is that everything is a new beginning. So for Shenzhen to have that video go viral is the first video that she has that's doing that. And hopefully she can replicate that success for herself. And also, the more we tell the story, the more encouraging it is to other creators. And obviously there's something to be learned from her in what caused that to happen.
And, now she has a story to tell about her success and to share that with others and say, these are the tricks that I used, or this is what I found to be most helpful. And this is, maybe it's the title, maybe it's the tags that she used. Puppet Short Films, thank you so much for coming in.
For those of you who, I think most live stream, and then you see other people who have met within Tuber Chat, and you see them out supporting other creators and conversating and interacting with each other, then it shows. Because Puppet Short Films is a newer connection to us, but is already out supporting creators that they found in Tuber Chat. Am I screaming in your ear?
Oh, it's so funny.
I think everybody was impressed with Puppet Short Films' channel today too.
Really?
As soon as I put it up on the screen on Tuber Chat, a few people were mentioning it.
Well, their videos are really funny. Puppet Short Films? Yeah.
I'm going to find out soon, but that's good.
So, Shenzhen, I have a question for you. Now that your views are exploding and your video is like going viral, like let's call it what it is, it's viral. Do you find that your subscribers have increased with that as well?
Everybody can look in their analytics afterwards and see how many subscribers have been obtained from each video.
Oh, can you really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it
didn't know that.
It tells you how many subscribers you gain from each video, yeah. And then as well, you have the ability to look at the watch time. So that video, if I'm right, is only 1 minute, 1 second so long, or something like that, if I remember right. But either way, at a minute, the average is probably high for retention. So hopefully she's getting almost 1 minute for every person. So out of 25,000 views, hopefully she's got 20,000 minutes off of that one video, because that can really start pumping your hours, as you can imagine. But it's such good news. We're all so happy to see that happen to Shen Zhen Zhen. There's other stories of other creators who have done things like this. Vern's Junk Closet has done something like this. I manage channels, but those channels are very well established and they have the ability to do that. I've had a couple that have done well, but it's great to see this stuff. The more this happens to people, the more we can all learn.
Exactly, and it's good to see that it's somebody that you are closely affiliated and friends with too, because that story become on YouTube, their video going viral. No, it's my friend. Their video has gone viral, and it's just such a nice feeling, and it's great that she's being, you know, congratulated so much and so often for it, and being recognized. And you know, that's I love the community that, you know, that has been built, especially with Tuber Chat.
Yeah. As well, she's got a couple of things to film, but hopefully we'll get her live streaming regularly as well again.
So Puppet Short Films is expected to go to the gym soon. That is good. That is good.
Better you than me.
I'd love to know what else everybody else is doing today. Does anybody have any videos coming up? Oh, the unsolved. The connection is glitchy. That could be.
Hopefully it'll be okay. We're on mobile and we're driving, so we're just taking a chance. This is the first time Kristin's live streaming like this, so we'll just see what happens.
Really bad connection. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully it will kind of peter out.
We also never.
Yeah, it's 2 people that have said it's bad connection.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. It's possible. Like I said, we're on mobile.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Annabella have.
Wow.
Are you premiering? I hope you're premiering. Premiering really helps with jumping up your views. I really want to see that. I like that.
I've also learned a lot about lie detector tests, so it's like some of them you get that are actually quite professional.
Yeah. And you can buy them?
Yeah.
Oh. See, I don't know about these things.
It's my criminal knowledge. Because it's like, what it does is it detects your heart rate, and if you're lying, your heart will beat faster.
Yeah.
And it'll just detect that, and it'll like beep or something if it's wrong. So like if you lie, it'll actually detect it. It will detect it detects your heart movement and the amount it's pumping.
Kira, all her life, she's wanted to be a vet, and within the past 6 months or so, she's been talking about a new passion for criminology. So that might be something that she gets into, but I don't know.
Truth is, she has to do whatever I say, but it's interesting to see what she likes to do, and then I'll make my decision based on whatever I feel is right.
But yeah, so I know a lot about that. I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts and stuff, and I do a lot of research on different cases, because every time I listen to one, I always like do research on a case, just like to get more information out of it, and then to see what I can find out of it.
Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Annabella, their premiere is tonight at 6. I will make sure my notifications aren't working, so I'll put an alarm on my phone. Hey, Georgia Bulldogs, thanks for coming in. It's great to see you.
Always good to see Georgia Bulldogs. And I got your comment, by the way. We're chat. They were in there today. They came to Niagara Falls. We all had breakfast together, and my BS Life was wearing a Niagara Falls Bulldog shirt. And we figured, and Kristin said at the time, she said that it's too bad Georgia Bulldogs wasn't there to see it. They ended up seeing it afterwards.
Exactly. And this is green tea, not alcohol or anything like that. I'm keeping good today.
Kristin and I barely drink anyway. Same with Kira.
Oh, yeah.
Barely. I don't drink at all yet.
Yeah, Kira likes her whiskey.
No, Mom. It's vodka. Wasn't it vodka?
No.
It was.
So Kira doesn't drink. She's too young, and I would more for epilepsy. Niagara. It was we were meeting with other epilepsy agencies in Toronto. It was for Epilepsy Action Day.
Yeah.
We all went out for dinner, and there was a joke that somebody said, because someone thought she was older, and said, "Are you going to have a drink?" And she's like, "No."
No.
I'm like, "No, she's 13." And they're like, "Oh, I don't know, something about a drink." And I said she's more of a gin girl, and then you said it was
vodka. I said
no. It was something else.
whiskey.
I'd like to know why
whiskey.
Kira knows all the names of the alcohol. She's rhyming them off one after the other.
Gin, tequila, vodka, rum, whiskey.
Or gin rummy.
Yeah, it was the gin rummy.
Yeah. Oh God. So yeah, she was just being fun and silly with other people, which is the joke. And I think it's one of those things you just had to be there.
It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
The teachers at my school thought I was a student from Brock. Showing up because it was alternate dress. They're like, "Oh, are you here from Brock? Are you lost?" I'm like, "I go here."
Oh yeah, you were
like,
grade 8 at the time.
Yeah, I'm like, I go here. I'm sorry, I'm in grade 8. He's like, okay.
That's funny. So Mr. and Mrs. Anamalo said it's actually a game from Hasbro. Nothing fancy, but very fun. So I'm looking really forward to seeing that. I think you guys have such a great personality and chemistry together, and I think that will be like a really fun video to watch for sure.
I'm excited to watch it.
And I think Abby and Joe would be like really fun to hang out with. I think they would be entertaining as heck. Also, if you guys aren't already connected, I know mostly everybody is from Tuber Chat, and I thank you so much for coming to see me. But if you are not connected, please feel free to connect with each other and do it genuinely. And we're a big family here, so let's be inclusive.
Let's dance. Let's bake. Let's send each other cookies. Let's swim in our pools. Let's deliver bananas.
Let me peel your potatoes.
I'm going to peek in your house.
Do you realize what all this would sound like to somebody who's not on YouTube at all? I got to go into Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo and get them some bananas.
Yeah.
Like, what on earth are you talking
I'm
about?
gonna mash your potatoes, bake you a pie.
I
steal your
remember
chickens.
when I first started YouTube, and they are in my house now, and I felt so creeped out, thinking, is this person, do I ban them? Like, what do I do? And until I figured out, no, this is just the way we connect. And looked in your fridge, saw all the half-empty bottles of wine you got going on. That, it's so easy in a lot of growth streams, especially like Tuber Chat, that you can go in, and if you do get confused, you just talk to the host, and people in the chat are so great at saying, no, this is how we connect. We say this, this, and this, because we can't say this, this, and this. And it's like a big happy family.
I have the ears.
Yeah, you don't have big ears. It's bigger the brains. And the easier you... Oh, we're almost, we're in Hamilton right now. Yeah, and we're going to be approaching the Tesla Boulevard if it hasn't already
You just
passed.
passed.
Yeah.
Just passed it.
And then the Burlington Skyway.
Ooh, Skyway. We haven't been like along here.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since we went on a road trip, actually.
You could show the view while we go over the bridge, for instance, like pull the phone out, flip the camera, and show. You could.
No, I'll just wait.
When it's time. We'll be at the bridge soon. Maybe we'll do that. It's the only problem is I tried that once while I was live streaming, and because we're so low to the guardrails,
yeah,
you may not get the view that we think, but you could try. If you want, you can show everybody where Toronto is.
Yeah.
Compared to where we are. You can see the CN Tower from here.
You guys are getting all up close and personal with our faces. And pretty soon you're going to be able to see the Toronto skyline. It is quite a clear day today. Actually,
you have to act as if it's still going.
Yeah, it disconnected, so it reconnected. Hopefully,
Okay.
Hopefully we are back, and we're just heading up onto the skyline right now. This is the Burlington Skyway. Ooh, trying to keep this as steady as I can, but it's very hard. But this is Lake Ontario that we're crossing over right now. And in the distance, it's kind of grayed out, but that is the Toronto skyline.
And there's a car.
Yeah. And
Sailboats. Lots of sailboats.
hopefully you guys can see those sailboats there. And the Burlington Skyway is a fairly large bridge. It's not too long, but the bridge in St. Catharines is actually in the Guinness World Book of Records for the longest bridge with a curve. So I'm going to try to,
I'm trying to do it.
if you can. So Kira's going to try to put this back in.
That's my hand.
And there we have it. She did a great job. So this is, we are approaching in a minute where the QEW ends and the 401. No, we're still in the QEW, yes.
We're taking it all the way today.
Oh, we're not going to take the 401? Oh, sweet.
So we're in Burlington, right?
Yes, this is Burlington. And one is the Maple View, and it's just over to the right. I'm not going to show you. You don't need to see them all or anything. Everybody can see them all. But IKEA is here. We like IKEA.
Ooh,
I haven't
IKEA
been there
furniture.
in so long.
Is there a better day of the year than the day the IKEA catalog comes in the mail?
No.
It doesn't matter how long I'm on the internet, I still love the IKEA catalog.
I like the smell of it.
Okay, that's different.
It's I love magazines. And because of the fact that everything is digital nowadays, it's like opening a book for the first time and smelling the book. I love that.
In actual books, I would rather read an actual book where I can actually hold it and read it than have it digital.
Is the IKEA booklet or the catalog the same feeling, Kevin, as the Sears catalog when we were kids, when we had to go out and choose our Christmas presents?
No, that was a different animal altogether. I think that thing was 10 times the weight too.
Well, those things were thick. They were like this big.
Whoa.
They made a joke about that in Seinfeld when Newman, I think they said something like that. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's just Sears catalog came out this week. We're all stressed out."
That's funny. It's actually not too busy on the highway right now.
Do they still have Sears catalog?
No, I think Sears is gone.
Really? I thought they still had a Sears.
No, I'm pretty sure Sears did go there, didn't it?
I'm not even 100% sure about that.
I know the Sears store in St. Catharines is gone.
I think all of Sears is gone.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at the Hudson Bay Company, which is going to be a heartbreaking thing. I just don't want to see that go.
No.
But
It's leaving?
they just
We
don't
don't
want to. I don't know what it is that's causing, like, why they can't pick it up. Why can other stores be invented in the last 10 years and still so unbelievably old, not pick up pieces? But when you go into a Hudson Bay store now, the one that I'm most familiar with, it's all in disrepair. Tiles are all coming off the floor. Nothing's being repaired, and there's so much space in between the inventory. By contrast, when you go into a Canadian Tire store, which is a big hardware store for us, but they actually do a lot more. So fairs, and they have seasonal things, a little bit of furniture, auto tools and things like this. You can't even in that store because they've got so much stock. That's a well-run company.
I don't know. I think the Bay at the Penn Center, I think that's a very well-stocked store. I don't remember going in there and seeing any disrepair or anything like that. But that could be the landlord as well, that they're just great landlords.
Possible.
I don't know. But it would be a shame. It's the oldest store, I believe, in Canada.
I had to do a whole project on the Hudson's Bay thing, the Hudson's Bay Company and the, not St. Lawrence, but it was, it's the oldest store because, like, they started when the French and British came from Europe to Canada, and they started trading. They traded furs and meats and animals and stuff, and by the bay, and that's how they also got to where they were going, and that's how they imported all the goods they were selling.
So I Love Kathy came in. Hey Slay, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in, honey. Shan Zen Zen, hey Kristin, uploading and watching you, but my internet is slow. It's Wi-Fi, Shan. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Annabelle, it is so gorgeous out right now. This is my favorite weather.
My favorite season is always fall. It will always
be. So Mr. and Mrs. Annabella said Sears is gone.
Yeah.
Like they're done. Oh, it's so heartbreaking.
Reenacted that in the TV show that Kristin and I watched together, Billions. They made a whole thing.
Oh yeah, was it Sailors? Yeah.
I can't watch Billions, can I?
So there's a show that Kevin and I really love, and you know, they always do like a mid-season break, but that mid-season break still isn't over. Like, we've been waiting months for this show to come back on, and I'm definitely having withdrawals from not being able to watch Billions.
The only trouble with that show is, in my opinion, it's unnecessarily adult.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you know, oh, well, it's adult, but you can still watch it. Most teenagers, you still wouldn't want them to watch it.
No.
I don't even want Kristin watching it, but she's...
Mom's an adult guy.
I can't blindfold her while we're spending time together.
No. Because it's not even covering your eyes. It's
Covering
the
ears.
language and the topics and the content of it is just a little too adult for you.
Over the top.
Maybe when you're 25 you can watch it.
No, you can't watch it.
When I'm 18, I'm an illegal adult there.
I'm allowed to watch it, but I don't think anybody else should be allowed to watch it.
But Mom, by the time I'm 18, I'm a legal adult.
Oh, lover.
I'm a legal adult, Kevin.
So we're, I think we're on the outskirts of Burlington heading into Oakville now.
Yep. We are. We are just passing Bronte Road. Is it Bronte or Bronte?
Bronte.
Bronte? Bronte. I think it's Bronte.
No, Mom's Bronte.
I guess if you're going to say it with an accent, it's Bronte?
Bronte?
Maybe.
That was a Bronte.
Maybe.
But the road isn't bad. There's not a lot of traffic. So far there's no construction yet. Yeah, of course. Just shove the Tim Hortons of it.
I just nudge my foot in here.
Toronto is a city much like a lot of cities in the United States along water, where it grows outward in a horseshoe type of fashion, and then all of the surrounding cities, the populations become so dense that there's really not a break between cities. So it's all basically called the Greater Toronto Area, but it spans basically all the way from Burlington out way past East Pickering, Oshawa, Ajax, and all that other stuff. It's a huge, huge, huge area. And I forget if there's like 5 million people in Toronto and 10 million people in the surrounding area, or getting close to that.
Oh, I have no idea what the populations are.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Not separately, combined. Combined 10 million or 9 million between the whole Greater Toronto Area, I think. Canada still only has 35 or something.
Yeah. We're definitely nowhere near as populated as the States. But I think we have more land than the States, but we have less population. A lot of our land is actually, northern, so there's not a great amount of population up there.
And in Canada, the most populous cities are all in the south end, all along the border, because of the climate. Whereas in the States, everybody's spider-webbed all over the country.
Because it's a lot warmer.
Puppet short films. Oh, I live in Canada. Whereabouts in Canada are you from? Oh, you have to go. Thank you so much for popping in and spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. It's interesting that puppet short films lives in Canada. Oh, Vancouver. Yep. My cousin lives in Penticton, and my uncle lives in Vancouver. And my cousin Jimmy lives in...
We have a cousin named Jimmy?
Yes. He's Vancouver. My Uncle John is in Victoria. And Lauren is in Penticton.
I didn't know we had it.
Is Anne. Oh, it is northern BC. Oh, now I can't remember the name. It'll come to me. It'll come to me out of nowhere, and I'll blurt it out like a moron.
But does she live in 10,000 BC?
Ah, that's funny.
Like, what year of BC?
So Vancouver is on the west coast of Canada, and Vancouver is on the Pacific Ocean. So that's really interesting because they have like really wonderful weather like we do, although their weather is actually a lot more milder. They don't get as much snow as we do in the southern part of BC. And there's lots of whales and stuff like that out there. And bears.
There's actually things called spirit bears. They're albino bears.
Oh, I would love to see those.
It's weird because they're white black bears. So I used to watch this thing with Grandma. It was called spirit bears. They're very, very, very rare. It's just they have less. What's the
pigment?
Yes, pigmentation.
Yeah.
I almost said pigmented. I'm like,
no.
But they have less pigmentation in their fur, so it's actually harder for them to hunt because the black bears, they use their fur as camouflage to hunt fish, and the fish, they can see them from there if they're white.
Is it smile cookie time?
Yes.
Not for me.
No, Karen? Your smile cookie? That means you have to show it though.
Are you having cookie?
Yeah, I'll have a cookie.
Okay, and then I eat food after soup.
So Kevin was nice enough to get us smile cookies, and isn't that cute?
Very big eyes.
They're chocolate chip cookies with icing on them. And a portion of the proceeds of the cookies sold go to a charity. And I think they choose different charities every time, which is nice. And there's the Ford plant. 7 days a week, lover?
Of course. What I wish is that they
It's being built, but because of all of the construction, the sewers and the road needs to be replaced, and they're not working today. And the subdivision, nobody works on Sunday. I don't think they work on Saturdays either. So hence the reason why I was asking if construction here happens 7 days a week.
typically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the rules. Like, it's certain crews may or may not. There might be rules against it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because we're what Kristin's talking about is we're driving by a huge construction area right now and nobody's working. So that's what I mean about, like, I wish they'd be 24 hours a day so that the work would not stop.
Yeah.
When the stuff is all blocked off, you'd like to see it keep going. You could still have the same amount of work, the same amount of idea, but I just think that it would be beneficial to everybody.
Yeah.
We all know what traffic is like, at least those of us who frequently
Yeah.
visit large cities or live in large cities.
So 2 things I want to address. First is Puppet Short Film says, I saw yesterday someone jumped from the Lion Gate Bridge while they were driving. They were set to hear that. You know, I can't imagine the pain someone has to go through to. It's awful. PA, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your support as always. For those of you who don't know PA, he's someone who's extremely, extremely supportive. And I'm excited for when they decide to start creating content. And I hope that you will do that.
Did you already mod anybody today or no?
No, I'm going to add Shanzhen. So, Shanzhen and PA, I've modded you guys because you know how much I respect both of you.
Kristin looks at the idea of moderators similarly to myself. So to have few as opposed to a lot, but you have to have some that need to be helped with. Although Kristin has the same banned words list that I work off with Tuber Chat and all my other channels, so it should be an easy job. But unfortunately, you know, once in a while a troll or something along those lines will come in, and then a mod can easily take care of it.
You're welcome, PA. Thank you. Oh, Chit Chat Queen, hi. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm so happy to see you. Carla, if you are still in the chat, let me know because I would want you. See, you and Shanzhen should have already been moderators. I don't know what's happened. I've tried adding you guys before. We're just on the outskirts of Toronto right now. We're approaching Mississauga now, and we're on the way to visit Kevin's parents. It is his dad's birthday extravaganza, and you know, we take our holidays pretty seriously, and we love getting together and having good food and presents and extravaganza. So we're excited to see everybody. It's nice that Kevin has a very close family, and you know, it's nice to be able to get together all the time for birthday bash extravaganzas and holiday extravaganzas and everything else. So it just feels good to hang out. Hi Brandon Jackson, thank you so much for coming in. So Chit Chat Queen, what have you going on today? I haven't talked to you for a hot minute, so we need to catch up soon. We're just eating our Tim Hortons Smile Cookies. I've already got some. Okay.
It was consumed.
These are so good, but they're so big.
I got like the biggest pizza icing when I was like older.
Oh yeah.
They were huge.
If Mr. and Mrs. Zanabalo's still in the chat, I should have got a coffee crisp for the drive.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. We have Gatorade.
That's true. Today there is Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, there's Gatorade.
Gas is a little more expensive here.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah. I need to get out more.
Where?
Anywhere. We've been not homebound exactly. Like I think the furthest I've driven lately is St. Catharines.
We only did one of these during, since COVID started, we only did one of these extravaganzas recently. As soon as they opened it up, because it wasn't opened up during the time everybody was having their birthdays. I forget, how much did we do? Was it 4 in 1? We did,
Yeah, we did.
Mother's Day, Father's Day, Kristin's birthday, and my son's birthday, all on the same day.
Yeah.
Because we were held back from from being able to do it. But now that we're able to, we're going to take advantage. So in Toronto, for instance, you're allowed to have a gathering up to 10 people. And so we will have 9 or 10 there today. It's usually 9.
Hi, Lovable Bitch, for coming in. We have maybe 45 minutes left until we reach our destination, but that really depends on traffic. It could even be faster than that.
Only 15.
Oh, 15 minutes?
Yeah, we're there. We're already at see that pink building in front of us? I know everybody in the chat can't see it.
Yep.
That is where the 427 is.
Oh, wow.
And then we go up there and it's on the 427.
We are a lot further along than I thought, so maybe about 15 minutes.
We made good time today.
Yeah, we did amazing time. Think about updating my channel trailer, so it's a video telling a little bit. You know what? Having a quick channel trailer is a great way and an easy way for people to connect with you more genuinely and quickly. Lovable Rogue, dreading the winter COVID lockdown. Lovable Rogue, whereabouts are you? I have no idea if there's going to be a COVID lockdown. I know they've said several times that, just general speculation, that there's going to be a second wave. And, now they're saying it's not a matter of if, but when. And
the cases are going up, or in Ontario in general, our province, the cases are going up right now. So they're getting, they're starting to scale back already, and it might go farther if they feel the need. They got to stop. What the problem is people are having gatherings of large groups, but it's not in the establishments like the bars, restaurants, and gyms and things like that. It's not that. It's people going out to parks and people's house parties and stuff like that, because you always feel, well, I'm not going to get it, and my family's clean, they're not going to get it. But it's not true. It's not the way it works. So, not that I know anything though, but
yeah, I have no idea what to think about that. I love a curfew Tuesday.
Oh wow.
Are your numbers going up that drastically for that to happen, or is it a preventative measure? Wow. We didn't go to curfew. We did mandatory.
I thought it was coming. I thought pure martial law was coming.
Yeah, but it didn't.
Not here.
Not here.
I guess our cases weren't extreme enough for that to happen.
I don't know if Canada's ever actually brought in martial law. They might do. They're going to do everything they can to avoid it, I'm sure. But if it becomes absolutely necessary.
What is martial law?
If I understand right, it means the army and the federal police come and look after the streets, and
if you're
you go under curfew and with threat of punishment.
Because you can go to jail if you're caught
for instance,
So Little Rogue said in London they were protesting over COVID. No one had masks on, even not the police.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
Well, the truth is, half the masks we're all wearing aren't doing anything anyway. we're just, you know, I think a lot of people are, they say face coverings, but,
We don't say
you know, if it's not a medical mask or it's not an N95 or whatever they call, you know, we wear those in construction. I have those all the time, but we wear these medical masks. And what I understand was the idea is that something like that may help prevent you from spreading to others, but it doesn't necessarily protect you from getting it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know enough about it. I
Neither
mean,
do
The
I.
masks
we're law-abiding citizens. We do what we're told and try to have fun
Ours?
in the
I
meantime.
just want to say something about
Yeah.
The masks we have, they're cloth, but they're silver fiber.
Oh, I
And
forgot about that. Yeah.
They're not like, they look like this, and they prevent you from spreading it better than like a regular cloth mask.
Yeah.
And it actually has
Yeah, it's silver ion fiber, and that is an antibacterial element to the mask. And these can be re-washed up to 30 times because there's a company in Niagara on the Lake.
Won't drive.
Yeah. There's a guy or a company in Niagara on the Lake that have made these masks, and they're donating the proceeds from these masks to the United Way. So it was great that,
Gotta wrap it up.
and I just want to say thank you to everyone who came in. We're actually getting off. We're so close to our destination right now, and we're getting off the highway right now. And I am so grateful that you guys came in to join me for my live. I'm super appreciative, and I love all. And keep filming. Bye, everyone.